Sorry, I farted.
How's it going, everyone? It's doing today, my friends. It's been my world. It actually was a very pretty day today. I don't know how it was for you guys, but it was a really pretty day. Um, Welcome to Beer and Cheese Tuesday. Got a great panel today. We got Robert from Whiskey Scouts. That's his channel, of course. Bumpy Isms, and that would be Bumpy. Cheers. And Beer Man is Beer Man.
Beer Man as himself.
Yeah, we found a beer and a cheese to pair up, and hopefully it'll go well today. I hope. And just want to say thanks, guys, and thanks to the community for showing up when you do. And let's go ahead and get this started. We'll do the show and tell, and then we'll get into the reviews afterwards. So let's get Robert up here. Cheers.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Jeez.
For the cheese, I bring Brewery. It's the President brand. 40 calories. It's already segmented in the cheese wheel wedges. That's going to be my cheese. And then for my burger is going to be a Petrus aged bread. It's 15% Fader beer or Foder beer, however you say that, and 85% double ale with cherries. 2.2 out of 5 on the sour scale, product of Belgium. Now, the only thing is, and I hope it's not the expiration date, but it's 11/12/2019. I think that's probably the born on date. I'm going with that theory. Otherwise, it's going to be a very old beer.
Yeah, those things can age for a while.
Yeah, and I've only owned it for about 2 months. I'd say 2 months is probably the longest I've owned it. It was one I just picked up as I was walking out, and as a beer store, I thought I ain't had one of those in a while. So anyway, that's what I got. It's going to take me a little while to get it round and ready, guys.
All right.
I'm Bumpy and Beer Man.
Don't look over it.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, I got napkins right over there. Beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Beautiful.
Out of fire, Stanley Wayne. Cheers.
Look at that beautiful. Look at that beautiful beer. It smells good to me. That's got a delicious smell. All right. Probably ought to work on this too. Oh, it came open easier than I thought. Then here's the little cheese wedges.
Awesome.
Anyway, that's what I got, guys.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Robert. All right. Let's go ahead and bring Bumpy up. Bump up.
Bump it up.
All right. I'm thinking. My beer up, smelling this cheese, and I'm like, I don't know. Shoot.
I got a dog, and he smells cheese.
Yeah, I think okay. I'm gonna changing beers.
No way you were bringing the same thing I was.
No. I just thought the beer I was gonna do with it is gonna kind of go well with this. This might not either, but I think it'll be at least closer. Shout Sadie. All right. So cheese I'm bringing is Beecher's flagship. It's a handmade cheese. Holstein and Jersey cow's milk cheese. Semi-hard, versatile, robust, and nutty. So it's a cross between cheddar and Gruyere. Flagship's flavor is sharp and nutty with hints of caramel and brown butter. It talks about that it pairs with a variety of wines and everything but beer. No helpful hints for what beer might go with it. So just based off, I was just trying to smell it, and I'm like, I had a double IPA, and it's like a mango, citrus, pineapple. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna go well with caramel, nutty, and brown butter. So instead, I'm going to cover this beer up with an imperial stout. This cheese up with an imperial stout. I mean, from Proclamation Brewing Company. I have Black Hexes. It's an imperial stout. It's not barrel aged. It comes in at 10% ABV.
Nice.
The spell on you, November 30th, 2023. So got a little bit of, half a year anyways.
That's fine.
No. Right, and it pours with a kind of mocha colored head. The bubbles start off tight, but they're building, so it's kind of sudsy like, going to break down, and it's got a lot of like ruby red colors through it, but it's a pretty dark brown brew. So
Awesome. Cheers, dude. All right. I'm gonna try some proclamation soon, I think. All right, cheers, dude. Hell yeah. Can't wait to get to Boston, dude. Oh my god. Gotta get my beer. Hold on. All right, so I didn't have time to get beer, so I had one extra can that I did of my own Nipa. I did this on a live review my birthday. But I figured I'd do it again and try it out with a nice cheese. Hopefully a nice cheese. This is the Hairy Ass People Nipa that I did.
Hairy Ass People.
And I had a little cute. I put the QR code. It works too. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this was canned on the 20th, so it's like 3 days old, and it's a 7.2% with 32 IBUs. And it's got two-row Marisada American Pilsen, El Dorado, Olani, Nectaron, Sabro, and Strata. And then a Helio Gazer, one of those stylized yeasts that they have. Brings out a real nice guava, kind of passion fruit, white grape kind of flavor to it. But let's go ahead and pour it up. This is kind of more of a test, too, to kind of see if it's carbonated. So I better do it over here. It hissed. So that's a good thing. All right. Oh, it's definitely carbonated, dude. Oh. Yeah, damn. That's that. So there's a Nipa. Smells and tastes good. Didn't go bad. And then I'm gonna try it out with a jalapeno cayenne. It's I guess a mild cheddar from Dietz and Watson. It's got a bunch of little good biddies in there. I figured a hot one with the sweet would be kind of good. It kind of adds a little, both world thing. So hopefully this will go well. But cheers, Bruceopolis. All right, cheers, guys. Let's go ahead and bring Robert back up. Let's start this up. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Well, the cheese is all white, creamy, buttery. It's real buttery on the flavor. We'll just go ahead and get another little bite. I'm using a knife because it's a soft cheese. It's a soft cheese, so we got to go out like that. It does. It has a buttery, nutty flavor, a little bit salty. The creaminess is there. And the saltiness kind of lingers a little bit, but it's a little more salty than I thought it actually would be. But I like that butteriness of it. It's your borderline butter versus cream here. I mean, it's coming across in the palate wise. And it has a little bit of that age kind of funk to it that Brie is going to have. But it's not bad. It's not overwhelming. It's not so intense you can't take it. I guess that's the best way to put it. There's a slight intensity there. I've had more intense breeze. This is actually a pretty light brie for what a brie is. But I do like it. I like brie, so obviously I like all kinds of cheese. I was looking for a blue cheese, but you can't get it outside of Crumbles and Walmart or the Dillons. I'd have to go to Wichita. I didn't feel like driving that far. But yeah, that's the cheese and the shell right there. Now for the Petrus, and no, that's a born on date. You get the nice cherry note up front. A little bit like the Luden's cherry cough drops. If you've had them, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of that cherry note there. Just ever so slightly medicine-y, but I think that's the alcohol backing it that's giving it kind of that medicine-y note. And it is, I don't know if I listed, it's 8.5% alcohol by volume. So she's got a little push behind her.
Cool.
Then you get that nice ale. But the ale's just real soft, slightly bready. But the cherry flavor kind of overwhelms a lot of it. So they're kind of one back in the other. But that cherry flavor's really good on the nose. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers. Yeah, I forgot the nose you.
Not so Luden's not the cough drop in the flavor at all. It's like black cherries. It's not like the little red cherries. It's a darker, more deeper, intense cherry flavor. A little bit more of that vegetal note back in it behind it. The alcohol note does come in behind it with a little of that bready note. But there is a little bit of I'm just going to call it earth notes, earthy tone notes. It's hard to describe it, but it's like just a real low earth tone to it. I mean, gosh, I don't know how to put that into words. Not dirt, maybe vegetal, but yeah, like stems and leaves and stuff like that. But that's really it, and that lingers on into the sides of the tongue after it's gone. But it's not unpleasant. Don't think I'm thinking it's unpleasant. But it's nice because it's just another profile you get in there. Again, I like it. Actually, I've had these beers before. I like them a lot. I just didn't realize how old that one was. But it's good. There's no problem with that. 4 years, no, almost 5 years old. All right, cheese before.
Cheers.
I like the creamy butteriness up front. Then the cherry note hits it, washes it back down and away. And one flavor follows the other flavor very well here. One is it's not two competing flavors. The buttery richness of the cheese, that slight funkiness, once the cherries hit it, it washes that back, and then you got a nice fruity note that comes through following it down. And just a little bit of that earthy tone in the end. That's good. Let me get the
oh yeah.
Should have brought a spoon down instead of a knife. All right, this time, beer before cheese.
Beer's chow.
You lose the fruitiness too quick. I do prefer the cheese before beer. The fruitiness gets washed out of that very fast. It's better. It's better the beer or cheese than the beer. That's what I mean. Eat your cheese, then follow it with the beer. That's much better profile than doing it this way. Pretty much all the same, but you lose a lot of the fruitiness. It just disappears too quickly. You're left with that little bit of that funkiness from the brie going down with it all. And it's not as bad. It just is much better the other way. So anyway, I'll think about it, contemplate it, enjoy it while you guys are doing your thing.
All righty. Thank you. All right, dude. Cheers again and again. Let's bring up Bumpy. Hello.
All right. So we got the cheese, the aromas on it. It's got kind of a nuttiness, a little bit of a kind of a tangy smell and nuttiness. As it's starting to kind of warm and sweat, because when I first smelled it when it was cold, there was like really nothing coming off of it. Now it's starting to kind of sweat from not being in the fridge, and it's bringing out a bit more on the aromas. All right, let's get to eating it. Cheese.
Cheers.
Cheesers.
It's a pretty bold cheese. It does have the crunchy bits all throughout. Quite tangy. Like cheddar. It said it's a cross between like cheddar and Gruyere. Almost kind of gets a slight champagne type note, but then there is this caramel note that really comes through. And then kind of a really sharp nut flavor kind of finishes it off. So with caramel and nut, if this stout has chocolate, I mean, it'd be almost like a Snickers bar at that point. You'd have to subtract that tangy, champagne-y bite that this cheese has. It's pretty bold though, so I'm thinking that some of the flavors could possibly get through this stout. All right, let's give it a whiff. The stout, that is.
All right, nosers.
Whiff.
It's
Whiffers.
whiffing.
You know, whiff what you do when you're swinging at a ball and miss everything.
Yeah. It kind of has like a
I might have done that.
like a Tootsie Pop type of a aroma. So it's like a little bit like maybe a Tootsie Roll chocolate with like a kind of like a candy, cherry, and darker fruit type aromas.
You were making that sound good. You keep talking candy. You keep speaking my language. Candy.
Great. All right. Well, let's this is looking like it's going to be like kind of a thinner body stout. I'm not really into thin body stouts usually. So cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so it's not super thin. That's good. It is a lighter, kind of a lighter medium, but it has this kind of it's almost like there's like a melted marshmallow feel to it. Kind of has this gloopiness, but still not being. It's not thick. It's not too thin. So, yeah, carbonation, I'd say, is kind of low side, moderate. On the back end, I have to go back in because I totally lost concentration on flavor notes up front, but it definitely lingers with like this char. Yeah, it's a very light kind of like almost like a waxy chocolate. Some fruit notes, maybe like pushing towards like a raisin to I almost want to say like a dark cherry, but it's not like super cherry. But it's kind of where it's going. So like raisin like slight dark cherry with this waxy chocolate. Ending notes are char, and it's I'm not sure if it's the alcohol or if that's just like the bitter. It seems to have a bitterness. And I do have quite a bit of like burning going down my throat, so I think it does have a kick of alcohol in it. It's a bougie one. All right, we're gonna
Says it all.
do the cheese and then the beer, so get a kind of thicker chunk here.
Okay.
Hopefully coat the palate a little bit.
Cheers.
There's carbonation to it. I keep belching. All right, cheese or sis or
Cheers.
whatever.
Cheers. Cheers.
Come on, Snickers.
Yeah, there's not much going through from the stout actually. It just amplifies the kind of caramel flavor out of the cheese. And now I'm getting kind of an odd flavor on the back end. It's like the nuttiness became almost like a rubbery type flavor.
Vulcanized or unvulcanized? Or is all rubber vulcanized?
like a rubber bouncy ball a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
That's actually something I've chewed on when I was a kid. So
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not the worst thing, but it kind of odd. All right. I have to drink a little bit more. I get it. Sup is just it's sticking around, that cheese.
Beers chat. There we go.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, it's better eating the cheese after the beer. It kind of takes it just kind of knocks that ashy note that just kind of lingers around from the beer, and it takes a while for it also knocks the tanginess from the cheese down. It doesn't seem as bold, but I start getting a lot of the kind of caramel type note, and at least that kind of rubbery, bouncy ball flavor note is not as potent. It's still kind of there though.
Oh, bouncy ball.
Bouncy ball.
That's awesome.
Well, that's it. That's that. I'll ponder on what I think about this.
Well, I was hoping there would be Snickers, but all right.
No Snickers. Yeah, this
That
stout
was
is
a
not,
fleeting thing.
Yeah.
it's not chocolatey enough, and yeah.
All right. All right, man. Well, cheers, Bumpy. Thank you, man. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Mr. My Beer, man. That beer man guy.
Me.
Mr.
Miyagi.
Mr. Yeah, there you go. He knows more karate than I do, though. So yeah, hairy ass people. I don't know why I named it hairy ass. Oh yeah, I do. I clean houses, and there's always a lot of hair in the bathrooms and everywhere. So I call it hairy ass people. So that's what we got. It the retention seems to be pretty good. It's holding a nice little ring there still. Poured about a finger head. Well, more than that. It was kind of explosive. Hopefully it doesn't explode when I send some to Tanner. But a nice, I'd say a light orange or an orange, like, it looks like orange juice. With the light on it, it's a lot yellower, a lot more yellow, like neon yellow colored. But in this light, it's bringing out more of an orange color. It's hazy, can't see through it. You can see shadowing, but you can't make out what's behind it. So that's nice. That's a good feature as far as look goes. I'd say a medium carbonation. It's lifting pretty good. White head, bone white, and very creamy, frothy. This was mashed in at 156, so it's a lot more heavier and fuller in the richness. A little sweeter as well, but we're going to get into that. Let's go into the nose.
Nosers.
I need to hold on. If I could do this without letting it go everywhere. Yeah, you're getting that orange pineapple. Orange pineapple, almost like a pineapple bread. Because the bready's coming out, and you get like the oatmeal. You get a little bit of a slight little, maybe a little pinch of the cracker from the Pilsner malts. You get the oatmeal for sure. Kind of a grainy, oaty, oat beer kind of a expression. Yeah, for sure. But the you get a little, maybe a little papaya or guava like thing. Guava passion fruit with the pineapple, and then a nice burst of orange. I think Alani has a lot of orange in it, and there's that was the main culprit of this one. But in the can, though, I got a way better expression. So that's really pushing through the pineapple orange, and it's also pushing the strata through the little strawberry or a little berry-like thing going on. And a very bready, like I was saying, pineapple bread or like a sweet bread, Hawaiian bread. Yeah, with that oatmeal kick. A little wheaty too. There's wheat in there, flaked wheat. So let's drink it. Cheers.
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 Soft, creamy, medium to medium low carbonation. It looked a lot more carbonated on the eye, but it's really soft. Fuller, I'd say medium pushing full, not quite full, but medium for sure. High medium. Finish is somewhat dry, a little tiny hint of bitter, but not anything. It's a little more sweet, but not cloying. Definitely not cloying. You do get that pineapple bread, the breadiness, a little bit of the cereal grain from the wheat, or sweetness from the wheat, and then that that oaty kind of flavor for sure, like a thick, smooth creaminess from it. I mean, it goes down really, really smooth, really, really nice. This is tasting good to me. It's better off the tap, to be honest, but so we got a cheese. We got I wanted to go hot with this. So I went jalapeno cayenne, and that's the cheese again. One more time. It's got all little specks in it, and it's a softer one, so it's kind of more of the diving board kind of ones before it breaks, it snaps. I'd say more of a, not a sharp cheddar for sure. Not even medium.
Style?
Yeah, what's that?
Farmhouse cheddar, like that style, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like Velveeta, like maybe even, or yeah, kind of a softer.
Yep.
You definitely get like a slight. It's not super salty smelling. It's got a milky creaminess to it in the nose, but then you're also getting that hardcore jalapeno coming through. I love jalapenos. It's just my butt can't handle them in the morning. But
Fiery ass.
oh god, I don't know what it is about jalapenos. It's like I don't want to get into it, but no, cayenne's got that like right on the mouth hot, whoa, and then it kind of like dies off. Yeah, jalapeno also kind of does that, but it kind of kicks down the throat a little bit too. But yeah, no, it's really getting that heated expression, that vegetal kind of, not heat, but vegetal kind of peppery thing coming on. But let's eat it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, the cheese around all the vegetal, it kind of comes off tasting like cardboard. That's weird. I'm waiting for the heat. There we go. Let's get in there. We got it now. The heat's starting to hit me on the sides of the tongue. You're getting that jalapeno and the jalapeno vegetal. It's a very buttery, not so salty, but does have some saltiness. Cheese. It's very soft, relaxing, creamy, but then you get that cayenne and that jalapeno that just goes whammo right on the sides of my tongue and the back. I think I ate a bunch of chips last night. That the dill chips cut through my tongue and it's like kind of burning right there. That's like the whiskey fucked me up last night too. The bourbon we had. Damn, that shit went right on my hurt tongue. But let's get this is really good. It's not really good. It's not a really good cheese, but I do like the spice. I like the heat from the jalapenos on this. It's really good. Let's go ahead and eat this and do a cheese before beer. Get one more some peppers in it. Please be delicious. I like how this cheese doesn't have like super huge pieces in it either. It's kind of more minced and like thrown throughout it. So you're getting like more pepper, and it's easier to chew. You're not hitting like seeds and shit.
That's the life of the party.
That's nice. That mellowed out. The creaminess kind of settled down the flame. The coolness of the beer. The flavors are going in real well with the peppery vegetal kind of flavors. The salt, the slight saltiness that it has. I wish it was more salty. That would have worked a hell of a lot better. But it does work well with this, with the salt and the sweet. The heat's still there, but it settled it down quite a bit. It's almost like a fire extinguisher. It's not super hot though. It's like mild, I'd say. But that's nice. I need to get another like little hit of that. Let me get some with more pepper. There we go. I just got to see. I spoke too soon. Okay, screw you, cheese. You suck now. Yeah, I like the creamy, the milky cheese, the cheesiness of the cheddar. It goes really well with the beer. The sweetness kind of wraps around the milky cheddary kind of flavor, and then you get the heat that just kind of pushes through like a reservoir right down the center of your tongue. It's really nice. It's a good combination. I think something better though would have been. I'll have my last thoughts, but it would have been better with something a little more saltier, like I said. But the heat of the cheese is perfect. And the fruitiness of this, the citrus that's coming through the beer is really nice. Let's go cheese beer for cheese. Beer check.
Jesus.
I'll tell you later. Hold on. I have a thought in my mind. It's a slight sizzle kind of beer, so it's like a very low carbonation. Not low, not very low, but it's low enough to where it's like just kind of soft and sizzly. But it like works really well with it's not like hot and prickly with all that pepper. So this is I like the cheese before beer better. The cheese kind of smothers over the beer. You don't really get a whole lot after that. You just want to have more beer to kind of cool your mouth down. And to kind of bring out that pineapple, that orange, all those things, a little papaya and guava in there. It's nice. It brings out some berries. I'm getting a little more berry in the flavor rather than the nose. That's nice. Hell yeah. That's it. That's all I got. Let's go ahead and get our last thoughts. Let's get back to Robert. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. The earthy notes that I get in the beer, I finally, as it's warmed up, it makes more sense. It's the wood off of there. It's cask aged. It's aged in cask or oak feeders, FOEDERS, whatever those are. I believe that's the earthy note, and I believe it's a wood because as it warms up, it becomes more woody in nature. And so that the warming up has helped me define the earthy note in that. Cheese has me stumped. And it doesn't have me stumped because of the flavor wise. But this is President Brie, okay? Now, I was just sitting here listening to you guys and going over the back, and I thought maybe this was a French-made cheese because it starts off in that direction. But then I was reading down, and it says proudly Wisconsin. And it says it's the expertise that has made President Brand the #1 brie throughout France and the U.S. And on the very bottom, it says keep refrigerated, best if used by stamped on package date, made in the USA. So this is definitely not a French brie. This is a watered down version of brie. If you were beginning in cheese and you were unsure about brie, this is a good introductory to it. It's not as strong as most bries that I'm accustomed to, not by a long shot. The funkiness is there, but it's just kind of mild, laid back, and it works with that buttery nutty note that the cheese itself delivers. So the beer, we'll start with that. Petrus, I like it. I like cherries. Cherries is one of my favorite. I like cherry pie. I like cherry turnovers. I like cherries. I just like cherries. That's going to skew my score just a little bit because of that. But I'm going to give it a 94. I'm not going to go much higher than 94 because I've had better cherry beers along those lines of Belgian-made style beers. But a 94 is a good score with that. The wee brie cheese, I'm going to give that an 89. It's a great cheese. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want a little more funk with it. That's just I've had other bries that are giving me that. I know what to expect, and this is not quite bringing me there as far as a brie goes. Other than that, it's good. It's great flavor. Together, you definitely got to have the cheese before the beer in my case because I like the fruitiness following the buttery, funky, slightly funky cheese. That fruitiness following is much better together. And together, I'm going to give it a 95. Higher score than both of them put together because they do kind of work better together like that. I wouldn't give the cheese if you drank the beer first and then the cheese, that's just not the way to go. They don't work in cohesion that way. So remember, eat your cheese, then follow it with your beer. In this case, the aged red, and you'll be much better off, I think, personally. So anyway, that's kind of what I think about it all, and I've enjoyed it. I'm on my second wedge, and I'm going to finish that off here in a second. So, but I'll save them for later because I'll go to Dylan's probably tomorrow, the next day, and pick up a baguette, put it in the oven, warm a baguette up, and just spread over top of baguette slices. Call me a fat little man sitting on the couch and doing nothing. Enjoying life. So anyway, that's what I got, guys.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah,
You're
good score. All right, so next we have Mia. And I'm just kidding. I was joking. Bumpy.
All right. Well, let's start with the beer. It's Imperial Stout. I don't know. It's missing some flavors that I would really appreciate having. Kind of touches on some like the chocolate, but it's kind of a waxy, weak chocolate type note. The ashiness on the back end's not bad. I don't mind that. But then, yeah, the kind of fruity notes. It's not strong enough. It just is not a potent enough Imperial Stout, especially at 10%. And then you get the kind of alcohol burn and it's not a huge fan of this one. I'll still say it's a good Imperial Stout.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. The cheese, I think it's a very good cheese. I'm liking it. It's a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be. And yeah, it's got good notes going for it. And it's definitely got a mix of flavors going from that tangy kind of champagne to sweeter caramels and nuts. Except when you mix it with a beer and you get rubber balls.
Yeah.
So that said, the pairing, I wouldn't say that they paired extremely well together. There's some parts that were good, and then it just kind of fell off. So there you go.
All right. Prosthetic balls. All right. Cheers, East Coast. Thank you, Bumpy. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. So I'll talk about the beer first, I guess. Or yeah, I'll just I don't want to start my own beer, but I want to say it's pretty fucking good. I like it. I'm proud of it, and I like it. I'm glad it was brewed well. And it was a fun one to brew. It was a fun one to brew. So why can't I talk right now? No, but it was fun to brew. It's fun to drink. It's really kind of exciting, actually. It's nice when you brew something that tastes good, and I'm glad that it does. So let's just put it that way. I really like the softness of it, the creaminess of it, the NEPA quality of it. I wouldn't call it anything other than that, especially based on the haziness as well, the look and feel of it. Definitely has NEPA written all over it. Unlike the last one, which was still pretty good. It just wasn't hazy. Had some different flavors, but yeah. Going to the cheese, I didn't really like. I first said it tasted cardboardy, which it was kind of strange. It was like paste or something. Cheers, Paul. And East Coast, hell yeah, and Kenton's World, hell yeah. Cheers, guys. The cheese was all right. It didn't taste like cardboard necessarily. It was more like paste, or like you're eating you ate glue, right, when you were younger.
Yeah.
Glue paste. Yeah, of course we all did. It kind of had that kind of feel to it. Floury, slight salty, weird muckiness. But then you're adding the jalapeno cayenne, and it was, or cayenne, however you guys say it. It really brought out a nice spice, like a real nice pow. And I wish that was in, like I said, a saltier cheddar, maybe a more sharper cheddar would have been nice with this. But it still didn't do too bad. It didn't do bad. But let's say let's give the cheese, I'll give it like an 87, 86, 87 out of 100. And I'd say cheese before beer would be the best way to do this one for this pairing. Just because I liked how the heat worked with the sweet, and a slight salty was okay, but it should have been saltier. So it paired good enough with the heat aspect of it, and I like that with the sweet kind of I don't know, just a real fruity and citrusy kind of feel to that. So mixed together, it went really well. I would say as far as a pairing, 92 or 3, maybe somewhere in that range, something like that. But still, I mean, within the A range on the pairing scale. So, yeah, that's it. Good, we got that over with. Don't get Dietz and Watson. This one sucks. Get something sharp with the same spices in it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to Robert, and we're gonna do some shout outs. Let me take this nasty banner off, and let's say hi to everyone. Bouncy balls. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring Robert up. I'll bring you up on the big screen. Here we go.
All right.
Cheers.
No, the only real shout outs I got is just did a review on this. It was released yesterday. No, today's not Wednesday. It comes out tomorrow. But I did my editing and everything, got it all done today and got it released, so it'll come out tomorrow on aged blue corn whiskey from Missouri. So watch it if you want to know what I think of it. That's a rather interesting product because blue corn's not a normal corn. It's a little more expensive, a little harder to get. Balcones makes a blue corn whiskey, and there's one other one that does out there. So Let's shout out to what's coming up on my channel. I want to see some more pizza reviews from the Bumpy Meister. I love watching these pizza reviews. I always have. I always will. You know, I've thought about doing them myself because I'm like you. I try all kinds of different frozen pizzas. My family won't even eat frozen pizza no more because I've made so much of it.
Damn.
But
That's
you know,
harsh.
the more you bounce out into all these weird flavors. I did get oddly, I did get a private selection one the other day that sold out immediately after I bought it. I can't get it again. It's probably one of the best frozen pizzas I've had. It was about 3 weeks ago. But the more I branch out, the more I just come back to plain old cheese pizza.
Yeah.
You know, just it's strange how that works.
It's good.
Anyway, but yeah, I will shout out Bumpy's channel for sure. If y'all guys ain't watched it, it's fun to watch. And if you like watching cheese pizza reviews, or not cheese pizza, just frozen pizza reviews. Although be skeptical of his cooking methods sometimes.
Yeah.
He gets a little crazy once in a while. It might get a little black on the bottom. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I enjoyed being on here. Thank you. Thank you very much, Beer Man.
Oh, yeah, dude. No problem. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and bring Bumpy up.
All right. Well, speaking of, I did drop a video today. It came out a bit late, so I had to edit it today. It's Market Basket, bacon rice, cheese. And
All right.
that has John and Ellie in it with me. And I'll let you in on a
What's
secret.
this?
We were drunk. That was the end of the night. The other stuff. Let's see. I got other cooking techniques coming up. And actually, this is a hack that actually is working so far. So those pizza reviews will be out later. But we got beer reviews, lots of beer reviews coming out. Trying to pump out as many as I can just to get myself more caught up and relevant as to where we're at today. Getting closer, so that's good. And yeah, let's see. Let's shout out. I'd like to shout out somebody that nobody really knows, but Hungry Hussy. He's a good channel. Shouted him out before. Does a lot of cooking, a lot of Blackstone cooking, but he has other grills as well. Shows good cooking techniques on different foods.
Nice.
There you go, different foods. You want to learn how to make a nice steak bomb out on your Blackstone? Watch the Hungry Hussy.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you, Bumpy. Cheers,
Yeah.
dude.
Cheers. Trying to
All
get to the stout.
Dude, is it so you got alcohol? Is it like, do you feel the strength of it kind of, or
I mean, it's kind of giving me a burning sensation in my throat. It's hot.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
As far as feeling the strength, I think that will start to show up later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm done
Okay.
with 8.5% of this.
You're done with that, dude. Oh my god. You better
Well,
get
we
some
got
left. All right.
I'd be relaxed
Well-
and sleepy in about 10 minutes.
Oh shit. They're a couple hours ahead of me. All right, so one person or couple people I'll shout out. Short and Stout beer reviews. Guys been pumping out a lot of live beer reviews. Our Australian buddy, cool dude Sammy. Yeah, man. I've been trying to keep up. I'm always missing his lives because I'm at work or somewhere else. But I always try to at least try to catch some of them afterwards and leave a comment or share them out or whatever. So yeah, go check him out. His last thing he did was the Trip Sitter West Coast IPA. He loves those Westies from Mountain Culture too, of all places. That place is like one of their favorite places in Australia. So one of the good ones anyway. And then another one, Stoneyard Vineyards, shouted him out many times. But he just put out batch 145 called Summer Jolt. Dude's a funny guy. I like watching his stuff. He had a bunch of hops growing too, and he makes a lot of really good food as well. Homebrewed beer and a chicken. That chicken looks really delicious. All right, so I got a couple beers I'm gonna send to our winner from All Spun Out, which is Tanner, East Coast Elky Reviews. Got that packaged up. I'll send that out tomorrow, and hopefully we can do a little panel, him and I. And then of the SNEPA, and I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna try and scrounge around and find some ingredients around the house. I've already got the hops here. I just need to get yeast, and hopefully I have the grain to make a West Coast before I go to Boston. I'd like to throw that into the package before I go. Got the Märzen is in the cooler right now, lagering, and tasting all right. It's all right. It could have been better, but we'll see. Other than that, that's really all I have. I'm trying to do some beer reviews too, but it doesn't always happen. Brewing's really my main thing. So right now, anyway, I just kind of, I don't know. I like reviewing beers, but it's like, I just never have the time to do it. So I need to just make the time, right? Angie, cheers. Cheers, Angie. I'm trying to think of anything else I can squeeze out of my head. There's nothing else at the moment. So cheers, guys. Here we go. Back to the normal panel. Just want to say thanks to, first of all, the community. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being here and being here with us and watching us pair up some cheese and beer and cheese. Hell yeah. I think we had some decent ones tonight. So beyond the prosthetic balls, the rubber balls, we're all right. I'm sure kidding. Yeah. So thank you guys for being here. And thanks to the panel as well. Cheers, guys. Bumpy Isms and Whiskey Scout. And of course, me, Beer Man. Hell yeah. We don't have Alex, so I'm gonna do it unless Bumpy wants to. But you or Robert,
I don't know. No.
You guys have a good night, day, or wherever you're from in this beautiful world. But not after one more sip. Please do it.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheerio. Still there. Spearman frozen.
I think he is frozen. It looks
He's frozen in drink.
frozen at the spot. I do like that stuff. I could buy like 4 or 5 bottles of it. Couldn't drink it all consecutively, but 1 bottle. You got the banjo music playing when you're talking. I can hear it in the background. The boing, boing, boom, boom.
I'm not sure how you're talking though, because you got a glass full of beer in your mouth.
And it's still live. I wonder. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no.
We're left.
We're still alive.
He'll be back.
Oh.
He'll be back.
Cheers to the chat.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if we drop out if that closes it out or not, if it stays on.
Wait a minute. He should come back in.
Right.
He should. I'm not saying he will, but he should.
Let me get my doggy some cheese. I have to go get some older ones.
Mine came in early. They're not getting the soft cheese.
It went off, dude. All right, you guys have a good one. Thank you, guys. We had our sip, and I love beer. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, where's the damn outro? All right.